Okay, thanks for joining Pilates Yoga today. Let's start by setting our posture. Feet under hips. Lift up those legs, lift up the hips, lift the rib cage up off the waist. Roll the shoulder blades down the back, palms to the front of the room. Lift your chin, feel the back of your head over the back of your spine, lifting that head up to the sky. Big breath here. Let the rib cage expand. Exhale. Push all the air out. Inhale. And push all that air out. Let's come to the mat to start our Pilates series. We're going to start with a pelvic tilt to warm up. So feet are flat on the floor, a comfortable distance from your hips, palms flat on the mat. Tuck your shoulder blades under to open your chest. Big inhale, arch the back, open the rib cage. Exhale, push that spine down to the mat. Start to lift your tailbone just a little. Inhale and exhale. And start that exhale by compressing the belly button down first and then lowering the spine, pushing that spine into the mat. So compress and then straighten the spine. Compress, straighten the spine. Nice. 2 more times. And this time, let's push all the way up into a bridge. And we'll just hold this bridge here for 8 slow breaths, pushing the hips high up into the air, squeezing the glutes from below, lifting those hips. 7, 6, big deep breaths, nice and slow. 5, 4, keep those hips lifted, don't let them fall down. 3, 2, last big inhale and exhale, roll down through all of your vertebrae and hug the knees for an oppositional stretch. Nice job. That static hold is a good way to really warm up those muscles. Laying on our back still, opening your legs in a V. We're going to come into a form of a crunch. So we're going to crunch both arms outside one leg, both arms to the center, both arms outside the other leg, center, side, center, side, center. Reaching the arms straight through. Trying to get a lot of lift with the head and shoulders. Toes pointed. Opening those legs into that V. That's a little bit of a stretch for the legs as well. Center, side, center, side, center, and side. We're going to start now to skip the center. So reach with your opposite arm. Reach, reach, reach. Just side to side now. Reach, reach. Pressing that belly button down to the spine. Really feel the lower abs working as well as those upper abs. Reach for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug those knees. We're going to roll all the way over into our plank. So you can cross your feet, roll through, coming into an elbow plank. So elbows are underneath your shoulders. You can be on your knees with a nice straight line, top of the head, shoulders, hips, knees, or on your toes. Again, nice straight line, and we're going to come into a plank rainbow. So hip close to the mat, rainbow that booty all the way over, hip close to the mat. So coming into a nice lift here, not quite a dolphin pose, which is sort of a down dog on your elbows, but lifting the hips high into the air and then hovering them over the mat. Hover and hover. Hover and hover. Nice. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to hold this plank. Hold it here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Child's pose, big toes together, knees apart. Push back with your hands. Get a little stretch in the hips. You can rock your hips side to side if you're feeling tension in your lower back. Great job. Coming onto our side, we're going to do some clamshells, and then we're going to do some leg lifts. So you can extend that arm and use it as a pillow, or you can prop your head up in here, top hand on your hip. Use that top hand to keep the hip forward. It should almost feel like it's forward, because if it's not feeling forward, it's probably leaning back. Heels in line with your glutes, knees in front of you. Lift up that knee, toes stay together. Working these little muscles here on the side of the glute, your piriformis, all those other stabilizers. Lift, lift. Keeping these hips straight up and down. If you open the top hip, you can get a lot more height with your knee, but then it takes the work out of the little muscles. Lift and lift for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and pulse, 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 keeping that knee up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Extend those legs. Top foot comes forward, foot flat on the mat, bottom foot flexed. Lift it up, working that inner thigh. Lift, lift, lift. Nice. Keep it going. Not resting it on the mat. Just getting these nice full range inner thigh lifts for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift it up and pulse, pulse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Both legs extended, both arms extended if you can. Hands are in prayer just above your head. This is challenging because we don't have any stabilization from our hands. Lift both legs, lift and lower, lift and lower. If you need to, of course, you can put this top hand on the mat or on your hip, but if you can, extend both arms. That gives you a little added layer of challenge. It forces your core to work a little bit harder on the stabilization. Lift, lift for 4, 3, 2, 1. To pulse those legs up. Pulse, pulse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set those legs down. Rolling to the other side. So you can start with your head propped, top hand on your hip, bend those knees in front of you, heels in line with the glutes, top hip almost forward, coming into this clamshell, open, open, open. Great job. Lift, lift. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep it lifted, lift, 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 lift. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Extend the legs, top leg in front, flex that bottom foot, lift and lower, lift and lower. Great job. Keeping this top hip centered over the bottom hip, not tilting back. Big range of motion here. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we pulse, 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 pulse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Extend those legs, extend the arms if you can. Lift and lower, lift and lower. Paying attention to the alignment of those hips and lower, lift and lower. Nice. Core working to stabilize you throughout this move. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pulse it up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Turn it around onto your back. We're going to come into some leg lifts, so you can put your thumbs underneath your glutes if you'd like to give you a little bit of extra leverage. Both legs extended. We can start with a single leg lift. So really feel that belly button pushing down toward the spine. Having your tailbone elevated a little bit like you're by your thumbs helps you kind of distinguish between compressing that belly button down and pushing the spine down to the mat. So hopefully you feel that compression. Lift one leg and the other. Lift and lift. And this kind of lower level really gives you the luxury of feeling that lower abs, really working hard to lift that leg. So you can stay with this single leg variation, or you can get ready to lift both legs and slowly lower them to hover. Lift, pause, lower, pause. Lift, lower. Lift, lower. Nice. And lower. Beautiful job. And lower. For 4. Lower. 3. Lower. 2. Lower. Last one. Bring those legs down to hover. Take out your hands. If you can, reach your head and shoulders up off the mat. Arms, fingers reaching down toward your toes for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Pencil stretch. Arms extended, legs extended. Nice length on that body. You can rock your hips side to side. We're going to come all the way through again for our lower back work. We're going to do our Sphinx heel beats. So elbows are under your shoulders, hands in line with your elbows. Try not to bring them together. Try to keep them out in the Sphinx pose. So start by relaxing your belly. Feel how that feels. And now lift up your belly from below. Hips are on the mat, but there's some nice core engagement protecting your spine from flexing too much. Head is in line with that tailbone, not dropping the head, lifting up through the shoulders. Bring those legs up, kick the heels together 3 times and down. 1, 2, 3, and down. Nice. Great job with those heel beats. So this exercise is not really about the movement. It's about the static parts of your body. It's about the shoulders staying strong, keeping that lift from below. Tap and down, tap, 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 and down. Feeling that work happening in your lower back. It shouldn't feel like pain because the belly, those ab muscles should be protecting the spine by keeping it aligned rather than collapsed. Tap, 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 and down. Tap, 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 and down. We're going to come into a variation. We're going to tap, 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 and then reach into a Superwoman pose. Coming back up, tap, tap, tap. Arms lifted, legs lifted, arms straight, legs straight. Coming back here, tap, tap, tap. Extend, tap, tap, tap. Extend. Arms lifted, legs lifted, both of them as high as you can. You've got your hips as a fulcrum. That's your point of contact with the floor. 2 more like this, and then we're going to do a hold in the Superwoman position. Tap, tap, tap. Extend and hold for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Push back into child's pose to give your spine, a little stretch, those lower back muscles. Again, you can rock your hips side to side to wiggle a little bit of that tension out. We're coming into a side plank now. You can be on elbows or on your hand. I'm going to be on my hands today. You can be on your knees, one leg extended or both legs extended. We're going to be doing reaches with our arm. So choose your variation and reach that arm, bring it down. Reach, bring it down. Rest of the body is static. Your core is having to continually make little adjustments as that arm changes your balance. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switch to the other side. Hold that plank, choose your position, reach that arm through. Keeping your hips lifted. It's almost impossible to have them too high in a side plank. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the plank in the center for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming onto our backs to finish our Pilates series with our 100s. Tuck your shoulder blades under, get yourself all situated. Engage that core. Lift the legs up into a 90 degrees or legs extended overhead, legs extended at 45 degrees, whatever gives you what you're looking for. Big inhale, exhale, roll head and shoulders up off the mat as you reach with those arms and beat the air. 10. 20. 30. 40. 50. 60. 70. 80. 90. And 100. Hug the knees. Rock side to side. Actually, let's do a little bit of rolling like a ball to get ourselves up. So we're not going to go up in one fell swoop. Keep hugging those knees. Rock back, rock forward, catch your balance. Rock back, forward, catch your balance. So feel the articulation all the way through the spine. Feel your core tighten to keep this little ball. 2 more times, and then we'll roll all the way through. And after this one, roll all the way through to hands and knees. Tuck your toes under, push back to a down dog. Roll through your shoulders, drop your head between your arms. Let those heels float down toward the mat. And walk your hands back toward your feet. Slowly roll up, head last. Roll your shoulders back, hands to the front of the room. Come closer to the front of your mat. 2 breaths in our Tadasana to transition to yoga. And starting that yoga ujjayi breathing, that whisper breathing. Open the eyes, inhale, arms up. Exhale, swan dive, hands down to the feet. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse your swan dive. Exhale, palms to heart center. Let's do that again, but we're going to hold at that forward fold. Holding here, you can grab a yoga toe hold. You can come into a gorilla pose, putting your hands under your feet. You can be in a ragdoll, clasping opposite elbows, whatever gives you the stretch you're looking for today. Trying to straighten the knees, whatever variation you're in. And one more deep, slow breath. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, heart center. This time we're going to come through our full vinyasa. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, palms to the mat. Step or jump your feet into a plank, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Bend your right knee. Let your left heel float down toward the mat. Bend the left knee, right heel floats. Straighten both legs, lift that right leg into the air, bend the right knee, open the right hip, keeping the shoulders square so the twist is happening at your waist. Look for that right heel underneath the left arm. Big twist here. And now step that right foot forward into a warrior one. Turn the left foot back down to the mat. Open, lift into this warrior one. Inhale, exhale, float down. Palms to heart center. Open to your warrior two. Inhale, float down on the exhale. Flip your front palm, reaching back to peaceful warrior. Float down. And coming to your extended side angle, tucking that elbow, reaching the top arm. Float down. You can try for the bind here, reach that bottom arm under, top arm over, trying to reach those hands together. Looks like I'm not getting there today. But if you do, then try to open that top shoulder. Palms to the mat. Step that right foot back. Inhale on this plank. Chaturanga, hug the elbows next to the rib cage. Float down. You can always drop your knees. Rise up to up dog. And down dog. Lift that left leg into the air. Exhale, bend the knee. Twist at the waist. Shoulders square. Look for that left heel under the right arm. Step the left foot forward, right foot down toward the mat. Warrior one. Inhale. Exhale, float down. Palms to heart center. Warrior two. Inhale. Exhale. Float down. Flip the front palm. Peaceful warrior, reaching up with this top hand. Inhale. Exhale, float. Extended side angle. Float down. Reach for the bind. And palms to the mat. Step back to your plank. Inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Look up between your hands, step or jump your feet up to your hands. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, roll up slowly, head last. Roll your shoulders back to open your chest, palms to the front. Preparing ourselves for a balance. We're going to do an eagle today. So, feet flat on the mat, lift up those right toes, set them down one at a time. Feel all the points of contact with the floor. You can have arms together like this, or you can have your right arm on top. So your supporting arm, supporting leg, supporting arm is on top. Starting with those elbows parallel with the shoulders. Transfer your weight onto the right foot. Wrap the left foot around and start to sit down onto your eagle's perch. You can bring your elbows down to your knees if you'd like, or you can keep the head and shoulders lifted. 3 more breaths here. And fly. Setting up your left foot, lift up those left toes, pinky toe all the way to the big toe. Feel all that on all the points of contact with the floor. Left arm on top this time, or elbows together. Transfer your weight to your left foot. Wrap your right leg around. I didn't get a block, so you may have toe on the floor for this. Sit back into your eagle's perch. And your choice, whether you fold down or whether you stay upright. 3 more breaths. And fly. We're going to come into an Utkatasana and then open out to a triangle from there. So we're going to start with our chair pose and open out into a triangle. Legs are together, big toes together. Heels can be a little bit spread if you'd like. Inhale, open the chest, arms back, chin lifted a little bit. Exhale, sit down into your chair. Sorry, I should have had you facing the front. Face the front. Sitting into your chair. Step out, one leg, that toe points forward, arms out, reaching for that leg out to the side, reach, dropping the hand to the leg, open into your triangle. Shoulders parallel to the wall. Use this bottom hand to help maintain that shoulder rotation. Hand can be inside, outside, on the mat. Lift up with that hand, coming back to the T. Step that foot back in, coming back into your Utkatasana. Holding here for 3. Step that left leg out, facing to the side, arms in a T. Reach to the side. And when you can't reach any further, let that hand fall down to the leg. Bottom shoulder really rotating to the front to keep that top shoulder open. Three more breaths. Lift with that top arm. Step that foot back into your Utkatasana. 3 more breaths here. And stand it up. Back to the top of your mat. We're going to come back down to the mat for a shoulder stand before we do our Savasana. So start with palms at heart center. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step or jump back to your plank. Chaturanga, float down toward the mat. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. 3 breaths here just to get a little more stretch. And come all the way back to plank. We're going to chaturanga all the way down to the mat. I'll do a little bit of locust here just to get some oppositional stretch. Hands alongside the body, palms face up, legs extended. Squeeze those legs together if you can. Lifting up into this locust. Head and shoulders lifted, legs lifted. Squeezing those legs together, trying to lift the palms up, up, up toward the sky to get that chest open, shoulders up off the mat. And push back to a child's pose. And then come all the way through onto your back. Starting with legs up in the air. This is level 1, always an acceptable place to be. You can stay here if you'd like, or you can push up into a shoulder stand. Hands are on your back, on your lower back, trying to extend those legs to come right up from those hips rather than tilted back towards your head. You can open the legs into a V if you'd like, still keeping them back in line with the hips. Circle the ankles. Bringing them back up. We're gonna drop into a plow. So flex the feet, bring the legs overhead, trying to drop your toes to the floor. You can extend your arms. And slowly roll all the way through. Slowly lower your legs down to the mat. Big inhale. Exhale all the tension out of your body. Let your feet flop open, palms up. Tuck your shoulder blades under to open your chest. Walk your hands down away to move your shoulders away from your ears. Inhale. Exhale, close your eyes. And try to let all that tension go. With each exhale, you're surrendering even further to the mat. Finding a new set of muscles to let go. Letting go of the tension in your jaw. Start to wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. Roll your wrists, roll your ankles. Switch directions. Roll over onto one side. Using your arm as a pillow, tucking your knees, tucking your toes in a fetal position. Push yourself up to seated. Palms face up on above your knees, fingers in the mudra. Push your tailbone down into the mat. Lift the top of your head up. On your inhale, lift. On your exhale, push that belly in around the spine. Inhale, straighten. Lift up tall. Exhale, push the belly in. Curve the spine. Last inhale, stay up here. Feel how much length you have available to you. Inhale your palms to heart center. And inhale your palms to the center of your forehead, your third eye, the center of your intuition. And if you'd like, you can join me in a bow. Namaste. Thanks for coming today. Hope you have a great long weekend coming up.
Yeah, you too.